This is what church looks like for many believers in the guerrilla-controlled territories of Colombia. It's just too dangerous for the followers of Christ to meet together.
There are no church meetings, and anyone that tries to organize a meeting, even a home meeting with a few people, could be hunted down and killed in these.
The civilian population got caught up in the conflict between the guerrillas and the Colombian army, and we were in the middle of this. When the army came and they couldn't find the guerrillas, they would come into our houses and ransack them and try to find someone to kill so they would have results.
Alex says the guerrillas have also caused their share of problems and violence. As a result, the area has been filled with fear and uncertainty for many years. However, in the midst of all the turmoil, Alex, who says he always believed in God, came into a relationship with Jesus Christ.
We were raised with a belief in God by our parents and ancestors, but we never had a church to go to. There was never anyone who could teach us, and we didn't know how to follow the Lord in a close manner. Through the radio, we started to hear a clear message of how to follow the Lord and who He is.
But not everyone supports the station. The guerrillas, who belong to the Armed Revolutionary Forces of Colombia, a Marxist group also known as FARC, are an organized terrorist movement and have an ideology that opposes the gospel. Alex says he's experienced fear at times when the threats come, but adds the Lord gives him peace, a peace he didn't have in the past.
Each one of these sites is a miracle, or it takes a chain of miracles in order for it to happen. The Lord puts all this together just to get the power to this site and to get the use of the site and the permission from all the different powers that be, and the acceptance of the people has been phenomenal.
Russell Stendhal, who was kidnapped and held captive for 5 months by FARC guerrillas in 1983, says the opportunity to put up this transmitter on a 13,500-foot mountain came as a result of helping some seriously wounded rebel fighters.
And the Lord allowed us to help save their lives, and one thing led to another, and we got invited in to this area. And then little by little, with the help of VOM, we were able to give backpacks with relief goods to all the children of the area, and that helped quite a bit. And then we began to reach out to each family, giving them a solar-powered radio, and now we've been able to install this radio station right in the heart of probably one of the most hostile areas in this country.
Russell and his team have to travel by night into the area because of all the kidnapping activity. They hide the vehicle and then go up the mountain by horse to get to the transmitter site.
This isn't a drug-producing area, but we're transmitting into areas where there's a lot of drug growth and drug-producing, drug trafficking. But this area is famously known for kidnappings. This is the kidnap capital of Colombia, which is the kidnap capital of the world. And so a lot of the people that are coming to the Lord here are former kidnappers.
In 1991, freedom of religion became law in Colombia, and as a result, evangelical church buildings, which had been previously prohibited, began to spring up in cities and towns all over the country, except in most of the areas controlled by the guerrillas, adding to the importance of Christian radio. The Voice of the Martyrs Canada provided funds to help Colombia Per Cristo upgrade their AM license, along with improvements to the transmitter to greatly increase the area of coverage for the stations in Colombia and other countries, including Venezuela, which is becoming more hostile to Christianity. VOM Canada's Corey Auden is excited to be a part of this project.
It's just been amazing how people have come together to partner on this project. The upgrade allows us to reach into areas that are controlled by Marxist guerrillas, which gives us a great opportunity to win them for Christ.
From the mountains to the jungles of Colombia, the gospel is being heard on Canadian-made Galcom radios. These devices, along with Christian books, sometimes arrive by parachute. Gabriella was suicidal and even had thoughts of killing her children until she was set free by the Lord through the ministry of Colombia Per Cristo, which she's now involved with. Gabriella credits the teaching from the Bible she hears on the radio in helping her grow in her faith in Jesus Christ and to endure persecution and danger. Only hope for their broken country is the message that is penetrating the darkness through radio.
Henry was from the same guerrilla front that kidnapped me back in 1983 and held me hostage for 5 months. Henry joined the group just after I had been released. Henry came to know the Lord and left the guerrilla group 7 years ago. I would describe Henry kind of like a Apostle Paul project, where Henry used to be against the gospel and very intense, and now he's for the gospel and very intense. And Henry goes all over the jungle and all over eastern Colombia and right through these war zones.
Why do you do what you do? Why do you take these books and Bibles to the guerrillas?
Y es doloroso saber que realmente lo que dice el hermano en los libros de Jesús, un amigo para los alzados en armas, es que los guerrilleros tienen alma y tienen corazón. Entonces, también cuando he ido a zonas muy difíciles, al principio hubieron muchos combates y muchas bombas, minas quebrapatas.
Russell got a phone call from a guerrilla yesterday, so this all just kind of came together pretty quick. And he got a call from one of the commanders who said he wanted to see Russell.
That's when they call us, and when they've been converted, we try and go and meet with them in their areas. We had to make a choice. We had to go either through a route that would involve right-wing paramilitary forces, and it'd be hard.
When somebody in a guerrilla group starts believing in God, that means it's real, because they have to risk everything for it.
It's 6:30 in the morning. We've already carried this big motor and books out to the canoe. We're taking them upriver to get a little taste of what it's like to be a missionary in Colombia. We just heard that about 3 months ago couldn't even come here because it was just too dangerous. There was violence in this area. There's guerrillas nearby, so if you look over there, we've got some military protection. There's just one guy there. I don't know if he's all for this morning. Oh, there's another guy over there as well. You know, although we've got the protection, it'll be dangerous for us going out on the river, so it's nice to have them. We're going out this morning with 11 soldiers protecting us, but Celso goes out on the river. He actually got kidnapped, and we're going to hear his story today. He goes out with nothing. He goes out with just the books and into more dangerous areas than we're going. So, I mean, we'll get a taste of it this morning, but, I mean, we're going to be safe, and people who do it, you know, they really have to be prepared to give their lives to get the books to where they need to go. So when we're going out with the books, we've got 10 boxes. We might have 500 books or so. When Celso goes out, they take 5,000 books.
Bueno, el día que fuimos retenidos fue en el raudal de Mapiripán. Algo muy hermoso allá, el bote Fuerza de Paz fue retenido porque llevábamos una literatura que era negra para los sistemas. Muchas pues es que tienen como un cuartel ellos, como lo mismo que el ejército. Ellos sabían que era la literatura, que eran los rayos, que eran todo, pero que aún así ellos estaban extrañados. ¿Por qué ese viaje así, con eso valía mucha money? Ellos más que todo no, estaban buscando, era creyendo que nosotros éramos informantes de pronto del gobierno y que traíamos esos regalos.
Also, you were held for 2 months. How were you treated during that 2 months?
Yo podría decir que en parte fue benévolo. Pero es que el como beneplácito que hubo en ellos es porque ellos tenían rayecitos ahí de los de nosotros. Entonces, cuando oyeron mi habla, entonces, ¿usted es el que nos habla por la emisora? Sí, sí. Ah, un joven corrió y trajo dulces. Dios me convenció que ellos también tienen alma.
So if the Lord told you to go back there, would you do it?
Porque desde mi juventud Dios ha puesto un clamor muy grande por lo que es la gente que está involucrada en cosas mal.